PNG happenings.
Remember to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Dive into discussions on current events, cultural insights and social issues, exploring the vibrant stories and challenges shaping the nation.
Thank you, the Deputy Opposition Leader and the Honourable Karen Gukwa, Member for SSY, Sinisini Yongumo. Well, just to add on to the issue of the Department of National Planning and Monitoring being subsumed into the National Monitoring and Coordination Authority, NMCA, this raises a lot of serious questions, specifically because the Department of National Planning and Monitoring is there because of legislation enacted on the floor of Parliament. It has legal mandate for its existence. NMCA is just a product of a policy decision, and it's a division within the Prime Minister's department. So the concerns raised by the Deputy Opposition Leader it goes to the heart of why we're having so many issues throughout the country. If the decision-making to appoint certain people to be heads of authorities, government agencies and departments are not based on meritocracy and are based on nepotism, tribalism, wantokism, where we are being preferential and selective to one group of people because of personal relationships over those that are more qualified to be in a position, we will continue to compromise integrity, and then we will continue to erode the standards of governance and accountability. Now, this is clearly what we're seeing throughout all the departments, and what's really alarming is that this is what we're also seeing in the constitutional offices that should maintain their integrity and their independence to give confidence to the public. So, with respect to the Department of National Planning and Monitoring, this is the department that is charged with the development agenda of the country. It's the department that carries and manages the implementation of the capital investment budget every year. So you have Treasury that takes care of all recurrent expenses throughout the country, and you have the Department of National Planning and Monitoring that is responsible for investments throughout the country, whether it's in infrastructure, it's in agriculture, it's in human capital, it's in tourism. This is the department with its think tank of economists, with all that institutional knowledge, with all that experience that are charged with making sure that we achieve key milestones in MTDP 4, Medium Term Development Plan 4, to ensure that we're on the right path towards achieving Vision 2050 goals and objectives that were clearly laid out by the Grand Chief, Sir Michael Sumara himself. And when the Prime Minister starts to slice and dice, swap, and makes these decisions by whim to say, I'm going to do this here, I'm going to take planning out, I'm going to put it over there, he forgets this tried principle of effective management. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Now, planning's not broken, and planning can't be the scapegoat for all the issues that the country is currently experiencing. Now, Peter Drucker, a management guru, clearly stated that the only bottleneck in a bottle is at the top. The same applies here. Leadership failure from the very top, beginning with the Prime Minister, have created this litany of crises that the country is currently going through. And this is reflected in the poor budget execution that's being experienced by all the agencies, and the opposition's already called out the lack of election preparedness. The Electoral Commission hasn't received funds, police haven't received funds, the PNGDF is in a total mess. They should go down and check whether we have running water down at Tarama Barracks, the state of affairs at the barracks. And then all of a sudden, outside of the mandate of the PNGDF, they make a decision to invest 20 mil into a government bank. What is this madness in plain sight?
A failed bank.
It's a failed bank. So the questions that the opposition raises, are we really serious about getting off FATF Greylist?
Yeah.
Or are we on the road to becoming blacklisted because of total non-compliance and this lackadaisical attitude towards something that affects investor confidence? We haven't got Papua LNG off the ground. We haven't got Pyongyang off the ground. Where's Wafi Golpu? It's not off the ground. These are pipe dreams, pie in the sky, because of failed leadership, and we're not serious about reform. That's why the opposition is calling for the government to not meddle with the Department of National Planning and Monitoring, allow it to effectively implement the capital investment budget for the country, which constitutes about 10 billion kina, allow it to be the department that's responsible for the tax credit scheme and equitably distribute throughout the whole country, rather than to just one region and one group of companies. Dare I say who, but this is why public perception matters. And coming back to something that is so sensitive, as alluded to the Honourable Karen Gakoa and Deputy Opposition Leader, is the issue of the Ombudsman Commission and its second referral just of the Chief Justice. We've got to tread very, very softly, carefully. These are very, very sensitive issues. The public prosecutor, in the public interest, has made a decision and determination that there was no case for the Chief Justice to be answered to. So he's already faced the public prosecutor. So the Ombudsman Commission should also be very, very cognizant of public perception and how it looks when just in a matter of hours he releases a press statement to say that this is what we're going to do. The NEC and all the ministers in the NEC can concur with this statement. You are in absolutely no position to make any decision about what happens to the Chief Justice. So we've got to just stop this erosion of accountability and maintain the separation of power, respect the judiciary. And the opposition has already called on the public prosecutor to immediately take this matter to court and then confirm whether the Ombudsman Commission really does have the power to review what the public prosecutor has already done. Otherwise, we'll be going around in circles. So, without saying too much, with respect to the judiciary and also respecting the independence and integrity of the Ombudsman Commission, this is what the opposition has called for the public prosecutor to take corrective action on this matter as we continue to respect the Constitution. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our press conference for this afternoon pertaining to the two issues. And we'll just have one more comment here from Honourable Leader, Honourable Karen Gakoa, and then we can take some of your questions.
PNG Happenings.